We are here at the Shea Butter Processing Center of Dipaliya Women's Association in Saakuba village, Ghana Northern Region, Kumbungu District. The center is one of the largest centers in Ghana for traditional handcrafted shea butter. It has been built in 6 months, which is quite remarkable. I'm making a round to give you an overview of the center, and I will go to each building to explain you what the building is and what the function will be of the building. So there are about 18 to 20 buildings here, including the fence. I will walk to the fence first, and the main entrance. The building that you see here is for office, storage of materials and storage of shea butter. And here is the fence with the main entrance. The main entrance can have has an entrance gate for people who come in by foot, and as you see, there's a large entrance gate for trucks to come in. When trucks come in, they don't need to go further than this building actually, because everything can be offloaded and loaded from here. The building that we are going to see here on the screen now, a big wall, and this is the door to the storage building of shea nuts. The storage building of shea nuts has a capacity of 350,000 kilo of shea nuts, which is about enough for about 10 containers of 20,000 kilo shea butter each. As you can see, there are already some shea nuts here. We will start with production soon, and all the women have been given money to buy shea nuts for the production of the first container, and some are still purchasing them and others are already bringing in their nuts. Here you see the roasting kettles. These roasting kettles have been given by our Facebook friends. In 2018 we had a campaign, and that was to raise money for these roasting kettles, and we were able to buy 30 of these roasting kettles from the money that's been given to us by people from Facebook. And the nuts go inside here, and then you tumble them for roasting. That will not be happening inside this building, but in another movie we will show you where it's being done. So from the storage building for shea nuts we go back outside. I want to show you the main road. This is the main road to the center, or the road to the center that goes to the main road. Also, this road has been constructed by Daishena Limited, the construction company that has built the center. I will make a small round, and I will make a small turn back because there's one more thing here I want to show you. Here are electricity poles, and as you can see we have street lights. We have 2, and there were 8 electricity poles positioned from the main network to here in order to have the center have access to electricity. And every building is connected to electricity. And here from the main gate on the left hand side, the first building is office, storage for materials and storage for shea butter. We'll show, I think the office door is locked, but we can try if it's open. And this is the view. Yeah, the door is locked, so another time I will show you inside. So office, and then here this building is built in 3 compartments. This middle compartment is for storage of materials. Now we have an extra engine for our mills and our crushers that's now stored here. And let's move to the center again. In the middle you see the drying spots. These spots are used to dry the shea nuts. They have to be washed, and after washing they will be dried at the spot. Then they will be crushed in the crushers. I will go there next. And after crushing they will be dried again. And there is a third stage where we will use these drying platforms for drying of the shea nuts in the stage of shea butter making. The large building you see on the back are the ovens. There are 20 ovens there, and when we go there I will share more about that building. So let's walk through the building that is for storage of shea nuts, and then from here I will take you to the building that is the machine building or the milling house. As you can see, it's quite a large building. 350,000 kilo of shea nuts is also a few truckloads of shea nuts. So here we are outside. Give you another perspective of the center. I will explain those buildings later, but let us first go to the milling house or the machine building. It has two entrances. Here is one entrance, and also here are some nuts already stored. This isn't actually the place where they should be, but we're only starting and everybody's still learning. Here you see special electricity, three-way electricity we have with extra security. There are 3 lamps there, now there are 2. Before we start the machines, we turn on this, and when all 3 lamps are lit, that means that the electricity connection is safe and we can start the machines. So for now we have 4 machines here, each has its own engine. Here you see 2 crushers, a crusher, and behind there are 2 mills. This building is built in such a way that we can expand. So without having to build a new building, we can add at least 2 more crushers and 3 more mills here. But this is already quite a lot for a center to have 2 mills and 2 crushers that each can run independently is a luxury. And probably the first thing that we will purchase if we make enough money is another mill, because with 2 mills we are good, with 3 mills we would be safe. So from here you see another electricity circuit. This building has extra security and extra strong electricity. From here we go to the shea butter kneading shed. That's this building over here. The shea butter kneading shed is used for, as the name already says, kneading of the shea butter. Some centers have machines to do that. We specifically have chosen not to have machines to do the kneading, because one important element of this center is that we make traditional, Dipaliya makes traditional handcrafted shea butter, and machine crafted is something different from handcrafted. Another reason is that the community values are very important. So this center is not a modern factory to replace community values, but actually we want to integrate community values in this modern facility. And one of the moments that the women spend a lot of time together, though it's hard work, is during the kneading. So instead of breaking the community and having a machine do the kneading, we want the women, who will be working in groups of 20 each, we want them to do kneading. Actually, they want to do that themselves as well, though it is hard work. It's one of the few moments that they spend a lot of time together, and that's very important for the perspective of community. So each building that is a work area can have 20 women at the same time working in that space, and there will be 6 groups of 20 women to begin with working in this center. So one group can do the kneading, the other can work in the ovens, the other can do the roasting, etc., etc. There in the back you see 2 other buildings that I will explain later, but first I want to go here. Another extra facility that we have that's not common in many shea butter centers is toilets. We have separate toilets for female and separate toilets for men. These are the female toilets. The toilets are inside and the waste pits are outside the fence. You see the large pipes, or maybe I will walk there to show you. You see here the large pipes and the white litters of the pits. There are waste pits there to collect the waste from the toilets, and those are outside the fence. The fence is 100 by 100 meter, and the land you see here up until the trees is also owned by Dipaliya Women's Association. So both the facilities and all the buildings and the land are registered as ownership of Dipaliya Women's Association. We had to knock down a few trees to build the center, but as you can see, fortunately we were also able to save a few. And what is also very, very nice is that we were able to plant 400 trees. So we knocked down, as it is said here, about 15 trees to build these constructions in the center, but we planted 400, so that's more than 15 trees, new trees for every tree that we took. What you see here are waste pits for shea butter waste, and we will collect the waste here in these pits. There are 3 large pits. We will collect the shea butter waste here to reuse them. It will be collected here, then we will dry the shea butter waste, and we will reuse that as firewood in the ovens. The building that you see here is the roasting shed. I showed you one of the roasters inside of the storage building for the shea nuts. The roasters will be positioned here, and thanks to you, dear Facebook friends, we were able to buy 30 roasters, so that's for every woman working here one, and we have some extra in case one breaks down. So the roasting will be done in this building. Next to the roasting shed, between the roasting shed and the kneading shed, we have 2 10,000 liter tanks with water. Water is scarce, and also water, I think this center is the only facility in the village that is connected to water, but even then you can have pipes locked, as they say, and that means that there will be no water running from the water taps. And water is a crucial not only for life but also for shea butter making. So we have 20,000 liter of water in case the water is disconnected, and at least then the production can continue. That's more than we need for the period of time that water will be disconnected in general. Then here is the building which is one of the largest buildings, including with the storage building for the shea nuts. These are the ovens. The ovens, the building is 25 by 8 meters, and the building holds 20 ovens, 10 ovens each with double kettles, and we have built it specially designed for Dipaliya. What you see here is that you see the fire mouths are outside, and I'm pointing on the outside. And what we have done, and that's to our surprise rather remarkable for shea butter centers, is we put the chimneys on the inside, and they are going through the roof. As you can see, the chimneys are going through the roof, and I will show it from the outside later. That's rather extraordinary. This is one of the few shea butter centers, actually the only one I've seen that has this. And also, most of the time it's the other way around, that the fire mouth is on the inside of the building and the chimneys are on the outside. But that is not very comfortable for the women, because the fire mouth inside means that all the heat stays inside, and the chimneys on the outside, lower than the roof, means that also the smoke is coming inside of the building. And then you can say literally the women are working in hell. It's warm, there's a lot of smoke, and we hope to be able to prevent this with this building and these constructions here. We still need to use firewood, that is a pity. At the same time, we have built the most sustainable ovens that are there. They will use less firewood than the average oven, and built by Morrison Stoves, a specialist. And as I told you, we will use shea butter waste to to heat the ovens and heat the kettles. The kettles that are here are a birthday present for my 50th birthday, and we had just enough to buy all 20 of them, so that was really a wonderful birthday gift. So let me go through the building and see if I can show you the chimneys going through the roof from the outside. No, not from here, maybe in a later stage. So let's go to the next building. This is a building after boiling. We will be filtering the shea butter, and then it will be packed and will be stored. The doors were open. I will check if they still are. You see some of the trees. Yeah, maybe first we go here and I will show you the trees that we have planted, and from here I think I can show you the chimneys. So here we have planted about 5 rows of trees. They are still small, and here you can see the chimneys going through the roof. And we calculated everything. Also, what is uncommon is that there is 2 meters between every oven, so that the women can stand at the most safe place to work, not at the side of the fire mouth and also not at the side of the chimney. So 20 women can work at the same time there without disturbing each other. Here you see one of the 450 trees that we have planted, and they are here in rows of 4, 5, and when they grow we have not only a wired fence, but we also have a wooden wall surrounding the center. So let me now go to the building for filtering, packing and storage. That is this building over here. So after the boiling you come here inside. This building will be used to filter the shea butter. This is one of the buildings that already has a fan. That's also because the people that are still working here will be sleeping here. From here we go to the middle building, so it has inside doors and it has outside doors. And here the packing will be done. We have electricity, as you can see. We have saving lamps, so the lamps will be saving electricity. This door is locked. That's no problem, because we have inside doors here, and this part of the building will be used for storage of shea butter. In this building can hold about 850 boxes of shea butter, which is about 1 container of 20,000 kilo of shea butter. This door, and then from here you can go through the outside. You can do the filtering. Then with the inside door you can do the packing, and then after packing with an inside door it can be stored here. And every compartment also has an outside door. Then here is a small part, a middle part, and the building that we have here is the mosque. It's also one of the few centers that has a mosque. Ooh, I'm sorry, I'm disturbing. And no prayer is being done, because we had a ceremony today to initiate before we start with production. So it's a center for Dipaliya Women's Association, and you see now that the men are praying, the imam and his assistants are praying as part of a traditional ceremony that we did today. And Here you see another storage pits. These are not waste pits, but these pits are used to store water, which we can use either to water the trees, or we can use it for shea butter making as well. Construction is not completely finished yet. It will be roofed, and here you see the outside of the building for packing, filtering and storage. And then here is the mosque building, and then here we have a spot for washing, which is close to the mosque, because before and after prayer you need to wash your hands and your feet, and that can be done here at this spot. And then here is another of the 450 trees that we have planted, and here you see the male toilet, the urinoir for the men to relieve themselves. Then what we have done, we had to put extra concrete and extra cement and gravel on the compound to prevent it from flooding in rainy season, which is about now. And as you hopefully can see, the inside of the center is about 30 to 40 centimeters higher than the outside. The water will be diverted to the water collecting spots. And then let me see, this building is probably now used for storage of materials, but here this is another storage room for shea butter. And as you can see, this is the same size, only it doesn't have inside doors like the other building, but also this storage can hold about 1 container of shea butter. So that is about it. Now I've made a complete round, and it took me almost 25 minutes to show you the whole center. So that shows, oh, there are new shea nuts coming. That shows you how large the center is. Give you one last overview of the center. There is Mohammed. He is the coordinator of the construction workers, but also one of the coordinators of the center. And he is going to have the motor king, that's how the transport vehicle is being called, who is bringing the shea nuts, allowing to enter. And here you can see how that is being done. So we are lucky to see that once delivery is coming here. The lady in the screen is Sarah. Sarah is the director of the center. Hello, Sarah. Yeah. Are all things going well? Yeah. Oh, I'm disturbing you from work, aren't I? My regards to him. So here you see, good afternoon, how the shea nuts are being brought into the center. Well, one last overview, and then I will say to everybody who have been watching until this far, thank you for watching. And when we are in production, we will make more movies and share more about the production while it's being done. Each stage we will be filming. So that's it for now. Thank you. Bye bye.